Good morning and welcome to Mount Gay Race Day on this cool and very windy fourth day of Block Island Race Week, presented by Margaritaville. The race committee is still assessing on whether the conditions for today are safe enough to run racing for our competitors and volunteers, so we're still going to have Chelsea from Sea Tactics give us the McMichael weather briefing today. Stay tuned to your VHF and email as race committee will send out an alert if racing is postponed or canceled today. Also, if you haven't gotten your 30th Block Island Race Week swag yet, items are going fast at the Helly Hansen Team 110. They have these commemorative burgees and posters for the 30th Race Week that will look good on your wall or your boat. Once again, though, we want to thank McMichael Yacht Yards and Brokers who are sponsoring this week's briefings. They are a major dealer for MJM yachts and those elegant Down East power yachts you might have been seeing. They're taking the video team, our race director is on one, but they also have one of their newest on display here at Champlin's Marina. It's a new MJM 35 with a pair of new Mercuries, 400 horsepower V10s powering it. So go down at some point on the dock and be sure to check it out. Now I'm going to hand it over to Chelsea to tell us about today's weather.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the really nice conditions for around the island yesterday. I got a chance to go out and spectate. It looked like a really nice day out there. Today is a little bit of a different story. We are having a warm front come up just south of us, and it's going to be lifting northward. So it is quite windy out there. Basically, it's the compression between this high pressure and then this warm front lifting up that's compressing the isobars and making it really windy today. So as we go through this morning, we're going to see a lot more clouds coming in. This morning when I first got up, it was actually a little bit clear out, but now we're starting to see a lot more of these thicker clouds move in from the south. Some of these clouds do have just a little bit of rain with them. So if we take a quick look at the radar, we'll be able to see some of this moisture coming in with these clouds. One of the things about the warm front is that it's got a much more humid air mass with it. So we are seeing some returns on the radar with just little blips of rain. I don't think we're going to have heavy rain today. It does look like just fairly light, but as the afternoon goes on and more of these little radar blips come up from the south, we could see a little bit heavier rain into this afternoon. And then definitely tonight, overnight, we'll have a little bit heavier rain. So looking at the current conditions, or as of about 15 minutes ago, we're already seeing almost 20 knots at Block Island, and some of the other sites, even at Point Judith and further north, are in the teens, but of course getting a little bit blocked by land. One thing I wanted to point out with our winds currently this morning, which we're already basically 18 to 23, couple of gusts you can see have already got up to about 25. But the one thing to notice is that if you see this kind of red line and blue line here, that's the forecast line. And our winds, which are the blue and the red, are actually a little bit above the forecast already this morning. So as that line, we continue on through the morning, we may see winds just even a little bit higher than what the models are showing. So this is our gradient wind, which is again a little bit above the surface. We're at 300 meters or 1,000 feet. The forecast for today at that level, which will probably mix down to the surface and provides our gust factor for the day, is right about 30 knots from the east. So we are looking at gusts pretty close to 30 or in the 30s. This is the surface forecast, again, from a model. The model does like to show, like I said yesterday, this big hole kind of. It thinks Block Island is taller than it probably really is. So usually we don't see the winds drop off that much with this big hole here. So basically we're looking at this red color filling in all the way across the race area, and the red color is right about 20 knots. 1 o'clock, again, I think mixing with the sun kind of coming through and heating things up just a little bit. I mean, it's going to be a little chilly today, but we're still going to get a little warmer, and that brings that 30 knot wind down to the surface. So we're going to be in the 20s through 1 o'clock, and then even 3 o'clock. I see some of these darker reds coming in towards the end of the afternoon as the warm front gets really close, and that's almost 25 knots there. So our forecast for today, again, in terms of direction, we're still kind of in that easterly direction, but we are going to see a little bit of a shift just to the southeast, southeast like we did yesterday. So only a 10 or 20 degree shift to the right in the afternoon. But basically we are on both circles in the 20s, gusting pretty much 30 for the day today. And that's all I have for you. Here is Kate again.
I've been to Block Island many times, and there's a great deal of fun and history here, beside the fact of the good sailing and great camaraderie. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
We used to live on the docks because that's where the action was, that's where the beer was, and that's where we hung out.
And then there'd be drinking until you couldn't stand.
Plus there was this guy called Dr. Willie Faraguli.
He discovered birds that were very rare to the island. The double red-breasted mattress thrasher.
We used to be big in pyrotechnics.
You guys dropped a cherry bomb in the water and the guy behind you sailed over when it went off.
There are many stories about Block Island. I mean, they just go on and on and on and on.
Race Week was originally started in '65, and we needed sponsors. So Sean was in the advertising business, and Mount Gay came to him and said, "We want you to advertise our brand." So Sean said, "I can put you in front of 2,000 end users and confine them for a week. If you supply the rum, the mixers, and the ice, we'll provide the labor." Mount Gay did, and they sponsored Block Island Race Week. And it took off so well that everyone went back to their home clubs and asked to have Mount Gay on the bars.
Vinny Montesano created the Montesano cooler drink, which is a Mount Gay rum and another type rum and a mix. And they have a barrel, which we used last night. We almost had a real problem because the barrel was starting to fall apart. So we had 3 members, spent 2 months on the barrel, believe it or not, put it back together, and we mix Montesano coolers at most of our functions.
Yes, this barrel goes everywhere, and Mount Gay rum is the major component.
Ingredient that we use.
And I will tell you, I haven't had a drink in 15 years, and it's because of Montesano coolers. With 2 of them, I can speak any language in the world, easily. But a lot of us old-timers have come back because we have such fabulous memories of this place.
As we're standing here doing the interview, friends of ours are walking back and forth that we've known for 30, 40 years. And we do have some wonderful stories with them, and as Penny said, side-splitting laughter. And it's lasted all of these years.
Well, you know, there's Block Island and then there's Block Island Race Week. So what you do is you come here, and not only are you enjoying the island itself, but it's old friends, new friends, people that you've sailed with and sailed against that makes it a special place. It's a sailing community that transports itself to Block Island for a week. This is sort of our family vacation.